Hey everyone, this is Jebro and this is a warrior build with the axe shield and also for the longbow. I'm going to go through this build quite quickly, but also explaining hopefully some bits and pieces that will help you when deciding whether or not you want to use this build or not. It's up to you. It's quite good for the way I'm playing at the moment with this build. It's kind of got a similar trait spread to the hambow warrior, but using them probably for different reasons. Some obviously for the adrenaline, for getting rid of conditions and other bits and pieces. But I will go through that, and you'll see why I'm using what I'm using. So at the moment you can see I'm using 3 signets. I'm using healing signets still, of course, even though the 8% nerf came in, it's still quite strong. Doliac signet, which is going to give stability and also does break a stun as well. It does reduce incoming damage as a passive, so if you're not using it, it does reduce damage, which is quite nice. I've always liked to keep that Doliac signet there if at all possible. Berserker stance, which is going to give you more adrenaline for a short time. It's very fast, it builds up this bar very quickly, so you want to use it if it's fairly low really, rather than if it's halfway. If you're really in an emergency situation, use it I guess, but I wouldn't use it in that situation. Endure pain, so take no damage from attacks. You are still susceptible to conditions and control effects, so it's just going to be basically in your face to the point damage that you're going to that is basically not going to happen to you, but conditions obviously can still affect you and you can still be feared and whatnot like that. Signet of Rage, you gain the boons. That's pretty much, you know, a given. Swiftness, Might and Fury, which is very, very good. And also, I have gone with the axe, I have gone with the shield as well, and I've gone with the longbow, as you can see there. So still, I did test it with some other weapons. I tested greatsword and some other stuff, but the longbow is just still too powerful to not have, and it covers a point with the AoE. It's just still too good to get rid of. So I really tried to get rid of it, but I just couldn't do it in the end. And I've combined it up with something else. I've actually used more burning duration and stuff like that to actually complement the bow a lot more, because in hambow I don't think the longbow was complemented enough, even though it was still too powerful. You know, arcing shot was really strong as well. Sorry, arcing arrow was, the DPS has been nerfed on that a bit as well. But basically it's still really powerful, this build that I've come up with. I'm not sure I've come up with it, people are probably playing it, or variations, many people are. But this is just the way I play it in my version. So Molten Longbow, like I said, also going to go for the Sigil of Smouldering, which is going to increase inflicted burning duration by 20%. Now when we go through the traits, you'll see that when on my runes, I do have the rune of the Flame Legion, which basically means on the 6th piece, or the whole set or whatever, you get plus 7% damage against burning foes. So I want to keep people burning for as long as possible. Basically, this is a build where we like fire, and we want people to be burning. Please be on fire, so I can do an extra 7% damage, which is really good. And obviously with the 6 pieces as well, you get a 20% burning duration increase. You get a nice lot of power, so all the direct damage coming in. And also from the 2, you get burning duration, and the 4-bit as well, you get 25% chance to cause burning for 1 second when hit with a cooldown of 10 seconds. So basically anyone you're fighting, if they're not burning, even just by accident because they're hitting you, you know, you're doing it wrong. I don't know how they're not going to be burning. Even if you're in your mace and shield, they're probably burning somehow just from hitting you, to be honest. Sigil of Energy, of course, to gain endurance when you swap back to this weapon. Sigil of Intelligence, so your next 3 attacks after swapping to this weapon while in combat have a 100% critical chance. I'm pretty sure this got buffed from 1 to 3 attacks, so that's pretty good. So normally what I do is, if I'm in the bow, the reason I put this on this weapon is normally when I'm in the bow, I've already set my target on fire. What I'll do is I'll hit Cyclone Axe, and then I'll hit Eviscerate, or sometimes I'll just go for Eviscerate, just in case the auto attack does tick off first, because it does say 3 attacks, so I'm pretty sure this is 2 hits, so it should be 1, 2, and then the 3rd one Eviscerate, but sometimes you do get an auto attack, so I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. Someone can obviously Tell me if that's any different, of course, and in the comments below. But basically, if it is, I'll normally, just in case, I'll just use Eviscerate as my first attack as I go back, and it'll definitely be a crit. I hit someone earlier for about 7.5k, which is pretty nice, and it was another warrior with axe shield, so that was pretty nice to do, actually. So then I've gone for a sigil of battle as well on the shield. I could go for energy, but I've got a lot of energy endurance regeneration as well, but I could go for that, but I still think this, I'm just trying not to stack energy as much as I used to, just because you can have so many sigils now, and I feel like getting might stacks as well is nice. I'm going to increase my damage wherever I can, really. So obviously we have got the Berserker's Amulet. You can change this. You doesn't have to be a Berserker's Amulet. It could be soldiers, for example, to be a bit tankier, and you'll be doing more direct damage and such. But with that sigil, with the extra crit as well, and with this build, I just like it because I seem to be surviving a lot anyway, as it is, because I've got that shield block and so much AoE coming off my longbow. People want to get out of it. So they're actually avoiding me quite a lot. So even though I'm dying, I'm doing a lot of damage, and it's a really fun build to play. Okay, going over to the traits. We have gone for a 40406. Normally with hambow build, you go full defense, full discipline, maybe then in tactics or strength or arms, whatever way you want. But standard hambow is like 4 there and 6 there and 6 there, and then 10, another 1 or 2 somewhere else, basically, in this build. So I'm going to go through the traits, and nearly every single trait is pretty important in this build. It's really good. Even the lesser ones. I mean, the damage of foes at the end of a dodge roll, I got a crit of almost 2k with that ability, which is just absolutely insane. I'll just show you here. So I just hit him for that. Just roll. You can see 900 there. That was basic damage, and I get between 800 and 1000 base damage on that actual dodge roll. So that alone, if you're fighting and then someone's at about 3 or 4k health and you dodge, you're gonna damage them. So when you dodge, you want to be near enemies if you possibly can, because it's an AoE damage build. Sorry, AoE damage dodge roll as well. So onto the trait, which is short temper. Gain might and adrenaline each time you are blocked. So if you are blocked any of your attacks, you will be gaining might and adrenaline. So even if people are blocked, like if you're against another warrior and he's using the shield 5, or you're against the guardian and he's using his block heal, the shelter, sorry, then you're going to be gaining adrenaline and also might. So it's almost. So, you know, even if you're using abilities, and you're not going to be wasting them because you're going to be gaining some kind of boon out of it, and also you're going to be gaining adrenaline. And if you're low on HP, later in this build you see why that's also a good thing. Building momentum, so burst skills restore endurance, which is going to be very useful, obviously, because we can keep our dodge up to survive, and we can keep our dodge up to dodge roll into enemies and do some nice additional damage in the fight. Which is always very nice. Axe mastery, gain ferocity while wielding an axe to your main hand. So basically, that's going to increase your ferocity, which is at pardon me, I can't remember where it is. I've just lost ferocity. There it is. It increases critical damage by 897. Sorry. So that's pretty nice little extra traits to have. I am running the axe in the main hand. Of course, there are other options here that you can go for. I do think short temper is a very good one to go for. Axe mastery, I'm still not 100% sure that that's the best one I could be using, but for now it's working. It seems to be working quite well. Okay, so going down to defense, fixed skin, so gain extra armor while your health is above the health threshold, which is 90%. You'll gain an extra 100 toughness. You know, that's just fairly standard. Sure-footed, increases stance durations. Now, we are using Berserker stance, so you're going to be gaining more adrenaline, which is really, really good. Once again, you want to be using that when you're low. So if you need HP as well, I'd use it even if you're not going for damage, so you can actually regen your health faster, because the more this is filled, the more your health gets regened according to the traits as well. So endure pain, also take no damage from attacks. That's also going to be lasting a long time. So if you're against someone who's more direct damage as well, you're going to be safe for a good while. It's going to be 5 seconds there. So we're going to go over to adrenaline health, which is what I was talking about. Regenerate health based on adrenaline level. So as you can see, the ticks there are quite considerable. 390 if it's on the third bar, 260s for the second, and 135 for the first, which is very good. I mean, you wouldn't need to use your adrenaline. You do want to use those burst skills for different reasons, of course, to get rid of conditions and other stuff. But if you're really in trouble, then having your adrenaline bar is full is quite good, especially if you're just waiting for other team members to come and join you. Cleansing Eye, gain adrenaline when hit. Remove a condition for every bar of adrenaline spent. So like I said, in your burst skills, when you have any conditions, you can use that and switch over and then use your other weapon, and you will get rid of quite a lot of conditions. It's a very, very powerful trait, which is nearly in every single warrior build I think that there is, because it's just ridiculously useful. So that's that, really. Versatile Rage, we're going down into Discipline now. Gain adrenaline on weapon swap. So you do get, again, regenerating adrenaline to get your health, to get also spend those bars to actually get that condition removal onto you as well. So it's all about building adrenaline as well. You always want to do that as a warrior. Signets recharge faster, so if I have used Dolly Signet, that will get a faster recharge. Also, same with Signet of Rage. If I've got really desperate to a point where I know I'm not going to ever get a heal, and I've used that, it will recharge quicker as well. It's 16-second cooldown. You wouldn't want to use it if you could avoid it, basically, because you'll still be doing abilities as you're actually trying to kill other people. I wouldn't use it at all, probably at all, if I'm honest. So Warrior Sprint, you move faster while you're wielding melee weapons. Now you can see, obviously, that I haven't got any kind of sprinting abilities other than my Signet of Rage, really. So that's quite important that I can get some speed. So I normally switch into my melee weapons to get some speed around the map. Versatile Power, gain might on weapon swap. So again, switching your weapon set is going to help you to get some extra might. It's also going to help you again to gain some extra adrenaline. So it's a really nice little combo of abilities. Burst Mastery, burst skills deal more damage and cost less. So all your adrenaline, you want to have them at top, third level, unless you know you can get them down in a combo at lower levels, but you will be getting more damage based off your adrenaline abilities, and they will be costing less as well. So it's really, really nice to have that extra damage on the adrenaline. It is really, really, really quite central to this build, and to most builds, I'd say, on Warrior. Well, that's pretty much it, really. I can show you a quick combo, which I normally try and do if I can try and get it off. So basically, like I said, you want to try and keep your enemy burning for as long as you possibly can. So I'm going to use, if I was in this situation, I'd probably use Berserker Stance to get my adrenaline up to full. And then I'm going to pop Combustive Shot, and I'll probably use Pin Down as well. So I'll use Combustive Shot, and then I'll use Arcing Arrow with Pin Down. We'll see how well this goes. I'm just going to bring up the adrenaline to full. Hopefully this guy doesn't attack. Okay, there we go. There we go. I'm going to blast it for might. Going to set him on fire even more. He needs Eviscerate. Even at that level, you can see it was quite low. So there was a lot of damage there. Didn't have the bars at full. Obviously, I did do that leap finisher as well with the Eviscerate. So I did get the fire armor, which is also, if you do get fire armor, you get might every time someone hits you. So I do actually kind of like to combo that up if I can. Say with the burst ability from the Longbow, and also I'll blast it, and I can just leap through with the shield 4, and then keep going, keep hitting, and then go for an Eviscerate and just finish him off. But also I didn't benefit from the sigil 100% crit rate there on the first 3 hits, unfortunately, but there's some nice little combos you can pick out with this. I'll just use my Signet of Rage there as well, trying to kill this enemy here. Just get my adrenaline up again. Just going to use a couple of abilities here, as you can see. So I'll use that. Oh, and this guy's going to ruin it. Thank you very much. So I got about a 6.5k. I think I got about a half k there crit, and I kept up the fire armor as well, which was really, really nice and really powerful as well. Because I'm going to get extra might if anyone tries to hit me, and if that guy's blocking the attacks, I'm also going to get more might, and I'm going to get some extra adrenaline regen. But basically, guys, try it out. Let me know how you feel about it. It's pretty fun build as well, especially if you're not too FA on warrior. You can feel quite strong, and also you can survive quite a lot if you're using your abilities correctly, like the shield, and also your stun breaks, and your signet can get out of trouble. And especially if you're using your adrenaline abilities as well, very, very, very carefully, then you can do some awesome stuff. And I'm having a lot of fun on warrior at the moment. So basically that's it, guys. I'm just going to do one more combo just because it's fun, and this guy's probably going to hit him, but we shall see. See how much. Oh, 6.5k there. That was pretty nice damage. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. This has been Jebro. This is Rogadon, my warrior, actually. If you see me in Team Q or whatever, chop me an invite if you want, or say hello. I will see you very soon. Don't forget to join me on Twitter @JebDan, and also twitch.tv/JebroUnity. Thank you very much. Have a good day, and I will see you very soon. Don't forget to have a look at the comments and also post something if you have any suggestions. Cheers. Bye-bye.